Right, hello again. Hello back. Hello, hello. Let's continue. Oops. Let's continue. So, yeah, as a reminder to anyone who may just randomly be chipping into this, I am playing on the JGRP patch pack. It's a 2x2K map, 2K by 2K, and I'm trying to connect pretty much everything, which in reality means about 1,200 towns and 5,000 odd industries, but a lot of those are not primary industries, luckily. But we are, 30 odd episodes into the game, and in case you've been watching, we're very far from even making a dent. Hold on, music stopped. Which is to say your music has also stopped, I think. Uh, I'm trying to be a little more conscious of not overwhelming everyone with the crazy loud music, like one of those occasions earlier where I just hit the max volume button, and yeah, that wasn't the smartest idea. Oh, was green. Yeah, I don't want to build freaking tramway there, silly. Lol. This will just stop there on every occasion. Just make sure they can turn. I want to hook these together. Like, there aren't yet enough occasions of vehicles stopping there. So that has a stop, which is going to be useful. Oh, we're almost done. Nice. Done, as in done with this particular line of inquiry. Also, I'm looking at the wrong line, which does NIOP. Which also kind of proves the point that I'm doing a poor job, because, I've discovered missing elements. Okay, so that's not being hooked into the boat thing. Dock. Yo, dock. Okay, that's plenty of turning opportunity for whoever wants to do. One. And no, we're heading this way. It's the G. What if I go away? Yeah, G is go to. See, the thing is, like, so S doesn't do, and I'm trying to get this to go. A. A is like A is. I don't know what A does. Okay. F. You know what? Give me. Well, it's not not that you're going to know this, but I'm going to go through the code. So this is click to start all. Give me a sec. All right, I'm back. So I was looking through the code, and funnily enough, the associated widget in the code is called WID underline the underline start underline all, but there's no actual action associated with buttons and that particular what the code calls widgets. Bummer. And someone's at the door. No, I'm back. Sorry about that. My delivery finally actually showed up, which is great because I needed it. The silicone nose patch on my glasses came off the other day. Not been particularly convenient without them. The hilarious thing is, I went to I don't even know whom. Anyway, one of the big ones. Like again, I'm in London. And the guy was super nice. Like initially, I asked if we could, like, they could just patch it in. And the guy was super nice, but they didn't have stock or they couldn't do it. Then that's totally fine. You know, he tried. And then I went off to Boots, which is where I got the stuff from in the first place. And yeah, that the guy in Boots was like, if you're not familiar with Boots, they're possibly the biggest pharmacy chain in the UK, but them being like, you know, they would get involved with anything health related. So they would have opticians and you name it, stuff. And the guy there was not only clueless, he was like, well, do you have cover? I'm like, what, warranty? Like, you know, paid? Like, yeah. Well, I don't have. And then eventually he figured out he had no idea what he was doing, but the actual item in Amazon was massively overpriced at £5. And I like, so the guy would have basically charged me something. But if it comes down to, oh, well, you know, the work cost and everything else, and like, I didn't tell them anything nasty, but I will think twice about spending my money there the next time. Vision Express was the other one. Actually, the guys at Vision Express have been constantly nice. The one in Canary Wharf, if anyone cares. Not particularly optimal. I'm just going to do this. Why not? We don't duplicate the... Where am I? So we need to hook this in because that hasn't happened. Did. Well, it has actually, because this is the station. I want to make it bigger though. Okay, so that's being done. This is not being done. Yeah, just come here. I was casually looking at domains, like for trading purposes, that is. You can buy a domain and then, you know, hope that someone feels like splurging out, but you happen to have it. Which is, you know, capitalism. And it's hilarious. There are a bunch of so-called premium domains that are not actually registered. Like, for example, think.cloud is not actually registered. But the registrar, which in plain English, the companies that are willing to register it, would charge you $5,000 because it's a premium domain. As like, so you don't technically own it. It's just that you have a form of monopoly over it. And yeah, you're just making people unhappy. Okay, this needs to have an extra stop here. And then here. And then we need to continue on wherever this goes. Where am I? Yeah, I mean, I obviously need to do this stuff because, meh. I think this is fine. I mean, going back to the previous one, I understand the irony. Don't get me wrong. Like, I wouldn't register domains for the sake of milking other people. And then I'm upset when other people want to milk me because, yeah, ultimately it's exactly the same thing. Yeah, irony is not lost on me. Is lost is meow, meow. Yeah, whatever. One of the many reasons why I'm so hellbent on these shared depot things is because timetabling things really killing me. Because there was one gem a while ago. Which, oh no, there's a boat in the other game. There you go. There's a boat in the other game, which basically didn't get serviced for 5 years. At which point I accidentally saw it not getting serviced, and really, because even though there were sheds, depots, whatnots nearby, the AI had decreed that it wasn't just near enough. Yeah, we kind of want to head down this way anyway. That's dumb. Trading domains can be fun. Most of your non-premium domains will cost very little, especially in the first year, and even after that, they're not really super expensive. I haven't done it for a long time. I did like 2012. Mind you, not significantly. It came out positive financially, but just about. Okay, come here. I'm pretty sure that covers the town. Go there. Come back. We'll work around it. I'm tempted to just... Yeah. Some such. Not sure why not just that, but yeah. It's funny to have, obviously everything is AI, AI, AI. So like still on the domain topic, you go on whichever register, pick one. I'm not advertising any. And you type in an idea, like a domain name that is. And then they actually have a separate button to say, suggest similar domains, and then the button is use AI, don't use AI. I'm like, what? So you've API'd into a commercial ChatGPT instance, and then the AI can suggest stuff that's so magic. Versus if I want to do that, I'll just log into GPT or whatever Microsoft does, or pick anyone else. Sugar, that's like pretty far. Tempted to. I'm tempted to loop this way, really. This reminds me in the early noughties when the internet was becoming like dot-com bubble, basically. But someone said at the time, internet is like teenage sex. Everyone's talking about it, everyone wants to do it, and no one has any idea how to do it. And I think AI is precisely that. I actually happen to work in one of those teams which has been declared AI. If you ask what on earth AI-ish is, then yes, that's where all the fun starts, because per reference to what I just said, hey, we have an AI team. We do. What the team does, no one knows. I'm going to triple check, yes, sugar, there's a lot of humans, is large. And all of these are large, but one thing I can do, like if we have stuff like this, yeah, you're lost. I want a few more of these. Shut up. Shut up. Okay, so I was kind of trying to do before this all went. Can we sort the other way? Yeah. Nope. So that's being kind of extended. Find me a shed. See if we can reduce. You guys need to go for servicing. Don't. There you go. Should theoretically help. I mean, Evo had some really nice airplanes, mostly on the military front. "19? What's the point of that? 19 people. Let's lose more money. Close enough. Do I really want to lose more and more money? Yeah, why not? It's fun. Okay, I don't quite want to deal with this. Still curious about not that, or do I? No. I'm still looking for 5th generation stuff, but it's still only one. So I'm not done because I kind of want to, hook those in, but like at some point in the near future, we can actually start building the next train line, which is good because why not? So this isn't too bad. Like it covers bits of the town. Although I think if I go up that way, we can hook in more. That everyone can turn wherever they want to turn. Timetabling. But we totally skipped this. The thing is, the game's pretty stupid in certain ways. Like even if I put a second one here, we're just waiting. I don't get this. It says stay for 0 days. And then it stays for a lot more than 0 days. And I have no idea where my phone is. Oh well. Luckily, I'm not that important. I did say I wanted to connect these two. I also said I wanted to do it in a way that involves going through the town. Okay, this is obviously covered. That's covered. That's more than covered. Hi. This is not even vaguely covered. Funny, I kind of started building it out and then it got abandoned. Just do some logic here. Because then I could do something like you have your shed. Now have your shed. You have your shed. Okay, so if we start here, it doesn't actually make much difference, but plopping down the station would be beneficial. You see how this is a bad idea. Nice. In a town of 100 odd 8,000 passengers. I'm a little more interested in this. Like, why do we have bull vehicle not available? Sigh. Which vehicle is not available? Good. Well, that one's here. GNW. Yeah, that one's not available. So I still want TE. $518. 900. It's kind of fine, but the problem is this one's pretty much, I think it's bigger. I see it's a 10.1. Which is not good for me because it pretty much overshoots the signals. It's probably going to have to be this, even though it's actually a downgrade. 80. Give me a sec. I'll just window into something else. 5th gen container double stack. Oh, for God's sake. I was like, yeah, that doesn't appear to be an actual list of dev zone, if it still exists. No. I'm going to be the guy who says that tt4ins.net is very far from optimal. Okay, well, I'm back. The 75201. It's the thing, like, that's just expensive. 10.2. 10.2. I'm just curious. 10.2. 10.2. 10.2. Because the other issue is that this one's, I think, is longer. No, it's not. It's 9.7. Which is totally pointless. We'll have to downgrade. I do want this because I'm kind of hoping that there's going to be a good compatible 4.7, 4.6. This is even smaller. Like there's going to be a better one. Or scrap. Yeah, that's the only thing we have. When is 5th generation gondola? 5th gen gondola. Is it just called that? 5th gen. Yeah, it is. Doesn't say when. Like I'm Googling, but yeah, okay, fine. There's going to be a 5th gen gondola shortly. That's all. What is that? It's 5,000 HP at 518 KN versus 6,000 odd HP. Go away. Anything else that you're not? Put it down. I'm pretty sure one's enough. Steel. Yeah, nothing new. Fine. Anyone else? Yes. Great. I'd ask if there's anyone else, but sadly I know. don't really understand why the game is so hell-bent on right aligning everything when the logical thing would be left aligning. I'm also pretty sure that to hold that much or little milk, we don't need such a beast. Okay, this has to be 3 long. I mean, I'll do it, but it's a pretty stupid idea. Great. I totally don't remember what I wanted. Like why I came here. Doesn't matter, does it? Right. Nope. Nope. No idea. Oh, I know what I wanted. I wanted this. Doesn't matter, does it? Thanks, Circus. Some of the town names are actually funny. Most of them are just terrible. Yeah, I could kind of edge back towards there. Which is precisely what we'll do. And we do have 10 odd minutes and a bit. So I shall do just that. I mean, still on the topic of pretty much complaining. It's interesting to go back in time to 2009 and say that people made the effort to build such complex additions, and I'm talking about these new GRFs or chains, or you call it what you want. And the best sort of repositories was either bananas or a stock standard internet forum, which at the time was the norm. And there was either no GitHub or it hasn't really kicked into being a thing. I'm not going to bother looking up when GitHub actually started or became popular most of all. And then you look back now and you think, what the? And why the? And if you remember, forums used to be such a big thing and blogs used to be such a big thing. And to be very honest, who does either of those anymore? Like TT forums is still running on PHP BB, which again is one of those. How hasn't it been hacked to smithereens yet? I actually don't know which one's less safe by today's standards, PHP BB or InVision. I'm pretty sure they're all a bit bygone. That is not really going to fit, is it? I mean, I'm imagining that A, there's anyone listening to what I'm babbling on about, would be, if you're keen to reminiscence, whatever, at a game comparatively old, OpenTTD, then you either have had the experience of playing around with stuff like InVision back in the days, or you're wondering what I'm on about. Like that was well before WordPress became a thing. Not the most sensible thing, but anyway. My initial issue was that I can't put a station here that's more than one tile. And can loop around and go back down here and do its thing. Yeah. I'm still conscious of this. I mean, there's no scrap, no gondola. Okay, I mean, those are the only two things I think we're missing. Then that's going to be the end of the world as we know it. Okay, I think we're comparatively safe to say that these have been hooked on. Okay, so the next train should be, well, okay, we start from generally, I'd say here. I'm obviously not going to have time to finish any of this in this episode because it's not opening. What's also not opening is this. Like, go away. So I can't put signals there. Could probably just back up one. Can I put signals here? Yes. That's right. So this is this. That's that. So actually I could just down here out that. Yeah, well, I mean, I was about to say I'm tempted to cut the episode here, but we still do have some time. I should figure out where I want to stop though, which is actually going to be right here. Same where I want to put a station, not 6. I don't know what the station code is. I should make the effort to remember. The next station's kind of going to be, yeah, well, yeah, actually here that kind of forces me to connect those dots properly. A huge fan. Ugly. I don't like these super long tunnels because you can't signal them properly. Not F6, F4. Yeah, I did say stop here. Yeah, I'm going to cut it here because it's 55 minutes. So thank you for watching, as always, and we'll continue building railways and trams most of all. And any likes, comments, interactions, please do. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.